Charley. You gotta move. Hello and welcome back. I am waiting for a painter who's coming to fix some like damp on our wall. So if I'm looking over my shoulder, that's why. But Charley will certainly alert me if anyone is at the door. I'm quite sure. Okay, good girl. I am reporting as a newly stamped and official legal resident of Ireland. I had my GNIB appointment on Tuesday of this week, which is the immigration appointment. So for anyone who's curious about the process or, thinking about making a similar move, because I am married to an Irish citizen, I can live here on a stamp 4 visa. I first had a GNIB appointment 10 years ago in 2016 when I came here as a student, and the process has improved so much since then. It's way easier to get an appointment. The online booking system is just much more user-friendly. Before, it would be like you would check every day and there would be like little buttons at the bottom with dates and time slots that would just like appear and then disappear as people were grabbing them. So you might check multiple times a day for several weeks before you secure something. I still have several alarms on my phone that just say like check for GNIB appointment, and they're all at like 2 a.m. Alaska time or something. I can't delete them. I don't know why. It's like a superstition or something at this point. But this time, when I arrived, I went to the website and there was like a nice calendar view and I could click through and select the time that worked best, and there were numerous options. I was nervous. Like I always feel kind of scared. I don't know. I just worry something is going to go wrong or I won't have the right documents or something. But it was totally fine. I showed up with my, plastic envelope of way more documents than I needed. It can be a little hard to tell what you're going to need. I feel like sometimes different sections of the government website show different lists. But in the end, all they asked for was my passport, my husband's passport, our marriage certificate, proof of shared residence, and then because I'd been on this particular stamp before but then had left for several years, they asked for proof that I was like actually living and working in the States and not kind of like jumping back and forth on tourist stamps or something. I assume that's why they asked. So I was able to just show like some emails in my inbox, related to previous leases that we had, things like that, and that was fine. Actual, sitting down and having them look through my documents, took no more than 10 minutes. I don't take for granted how easy it is for us, how easy it has been immigration-wise. We have had hiccups along the way, some issues with my visa and our plans related to COVID that required me to go back to Alaska for a time. And there were some unexpected expenses or time apart or, having to leave jobs or apartments, things like that, that were tough and not ideal. But as an American and an Irish person, both white, in a hetero relationship, like I feel like it's the easiest immigration experience probably that anyone could have. We have never been treated with a great deal of suspicion. I've never worried for safety, even during, I wasn't gonna say his name. I've never worried for my partner's safety throughout his immigration process, or if he was traveling without me in the States, even though so many people right now have very legitimate reasons to be concerned for the safety of their loved ones, who are dealing with immigration. Like we've always had a great deal of privilege. We're in a very, very lucky position. Charley, are you a piranha? Yeah, you're a piranha. It was kind of a fun day to have an immigration appointment. June 16th is Bloomsday, for those who might not know. It is an annual celebration of James Joyce that takes place in Dublin on June 16th of each year because that is the date that the book Ulysses takes place, following the protagonist Leopold Bloom around Dublin on one day in, I think, 1904. I don't know. I've not read the book, so I'm not an expert. But it's definitely the kind of day where even if you don't really know what's going on, you're like, okay, something interesting is happening because all these people are dressed like Mary Poppins, riding bikes with flowers and like jaunty little hats and outfits. Kind of a fun, odd day to be going into town to an immigration appointment, because you do look around and think, am I immigrating to the past? You know, it's a little time travel-y. But it made for an amusing bus ride. But yeah, it was a good week. I went to Sandycove with a friend. We were going to go for a swim, but she forgot all of her swimming stuff, and it was kind of breezy, and I honestly didn't really want to get in the water. It was a little chilly at times, but we just walked around and there was great people watching. I saw at one point what I can only kind of describe as like a troubadour, guy dressed up in what I now think was related to Bloomsday, even though it was several days early, like singing and playing a guitar at a group of people who were like following him around. It was very Gilmore Girls. Then the next day, it was still so nice. I didn't have any plans, so I went to the DART station again, headed south again, and went to Dalkey with the plan to walk to Killiney and then take the DART back from Killiney. It's gorgeous. It's very much like visiting a new country or city, going to the most expensive neighborhood, looking around and thinking, wow, I could really live here. It's beautiful, very unique, expensive houses. It's like where like the Bonos and the Enyas and those kind of tier of famous people and wealth choose to live, which I don't blame them. I would too. It's beautiful. So through the magic of time travel and video, we'll go back to the weekend and enjoy a sunny Dublin day and some walks along the coast.
Right. This train is for Red.